Hey everybody, today on my anime top 5, I'm going to talk about the top 5 most controversial animes that I have ever seen. That I would consider controversial. Please note that some of the things that I'm about to say in this video may be disturbing or not, and it will also have spoilers, so here goes. Number 5 goes to Bible Black. Okay, look, I know this is a hentai, but please hear me out before you start screaming pervert. I already got a lot of that years ago when I reviewed hentai. Don't ask. Anyway, Bible Black New Testament is the second season of the notorious hentai Bible Black, in which a bunch of students are trying to resurrect the Bible Black book, and in the process have a lot of sex. What makes this hentai really controversial is the way the DVDs were released, in which the first volume of Bible Black was released only in English dub. Apparently, the company that made Bible Black, Milky, forced the US distributor Kitty Media to make the dub only in English because of the fear of the loss of Japanese sales and internet downloading. And boy, the fans really acted negative towards this. And because of this, the second volume of Bible Black New Testament also had the episodes of Volume 1 into their DVD. But did that solve the problem? I'm afraid not. You see, the episodes of Volume 2 were missing a few things, like missing details and shading in the animated area of the anime, which is pretty much another controversy upon this anime, and they didn't release the complete version on the next DVD, I'm afraid. And it really looked bad. Would I recommend you guys watch this hentai? Well, to be honest, no. I mean, not because it's a hentai or anything, it's just that for me the storyline just doesn't make any sense. I mean, in the first season they destroyed the Bible Black and now they want to bring it back? Why? I mean, what was the point? And the sex in this hentai? Wow. I mean, this hentai actually frightened me, and for me, it made me put off hentai like forever. Seriously, it's really sicker than seeing the ladies with the manly body parts, if you know what I mean. Number 4 goes to Demon Lord Dante, in which a young man named Ryo is destined to become a gigantic demon named Dante who wants to fight God. I think you can tell where the controversy is going to spark here. The controversy of this anime is with the way the religion is portrayed in this. I mean, in this anime, the disciples of God and God himself are evil, while the Satanists and Satan himself are actually good guys. I mean, personally, I think that's going to offend certain religions, that's for sure. I mean, there was this scene where the disciples of God created a man-made monster in which they used this monster to hunt down these females so that they could bring out the Satanist, which is kind of disturbing. Of course, the Satanists also do a few disturbing things in order to do good, which is kind of disturbing as well. But what can I say? The reason why it's controversial is because of Go Nagai, who pretty much makes anything about his animes totally controversial. Would I recommend you watch this anime? No, not really. It's just not that great, to be honest. I mean, I expected this anime to be something like Violence Jack, but the only problem is that the anime itself is just totally PG. I mean, sure, it has nudity and violence in it, but it just doesn't feel so Go Nagai, if you know what I mean. Plus, the English dub is just god-awful, the animation is just computerized, and it's just that boring. And speaking of Violence Jack, it's on my number 3. The story of Violence Jack takes place in a world where natural disasters have destroyed the land, and civilization has resorted to the survival of the fittest. And the only one who can take on these somewhat brutal characters is Violence Jack, an unstoppable killing machine who can kill anyone with his trusty jackknife. This anime was originally released by Manga Entertainment, and it was heavily censored. And no offense to anyone who hates censoring, but I'm kind of glad that it was censored, because when I saw the uncensored version, I was shocked. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love ultra violence as much as the next guy, but this is just so brutal. I mean, you see men, women, and children getting slaughtered, tortured, and even violated in this anime. I mean, we even see this guy get his legs chopped off by a chainsaw, and his girlfriend? Wow. I mean, it's just so graphic that I can't even tell you what happens. It's just not that pleasing to look at. Would I recommend you watch this anime? Well, if you like brutal violence, I guess you could like it. If not, here's a suggestion. Find the anime, put it in a safe, and throw it into the sea. Trust me, if you don't like brutal ultra-violence and the really bad kind, you don't want to watch this one. Number 2 goes to Neon Genesis Evangelion, the TV series. Since this anime is legendary, I don't think I need to tell you the synopsis of this anime. What makes this anime controversial is the second half of the TV series, in which the animation qualities have been reduced by using old footage from the early episodes of the TV series, using animation stills, and less movement and a whole lot of use of the color black, which is like the cheapest color that they can afford. I mean, there was just so many rumors of how or why it was like this. I mean, I heard that the scene where Shinji beats up his best friend with the Eva and crushed him with his bare hand, I mean, I heard that scene was so disturbing that the company that funded the anime decided to cut their costs in half for that. Another rumor that I heard is that Hideaki Anno over-budgeted the first half of the TV series, that the people paying for this anime decided to half it because, you know, he's just using way too much. I mean, regardless of what the rumor was, a lot of people still respected the anime. And because of his popularity, Hideaki Anno was able to create the rebuild of Evangelion movies, which I have to say are really awesome. I already saw the first 2 movies, and I have to say that I am looking forward to the next 2. Would I recommend you watch this anime? Well, duh, it's Evangelion. That's like saying that you haven't seen the original Star Wars trilogy. It's definitely an anime that you must see. And the number 1 most controversial anime that I have seen is Kite, Uncut. It is about an orphan high school girl named Sawa who is used as an assassin by a crooked cop who makes her kill other people for him. And what makes this anime controversial is that it has underage sex in it, in which the character Sawa at the age of 12 has sexual relations with that corrupted cop, and he was a pretty old man. I mean, this anime is just so controversial that they had to edit it 3 times. I mean, how many animes could actually do that? Would I recommend that you watch this anime? Hell yeah! I think everyone should watch this anime, and not for the, you know, underage sex thing. Because it's such a high thrill action roller coaster ride that you never ever want to get off. You know that old band No Doubt who did this music video called Ex-Girlfriend? Well, that video was heavily inspired by this anime, which is totally cool. So anyway, that is my top 5 controversial animes that I have ever seen. I would like to hear what animes that you find controversial, and I would like to hear it. I'll see you guys around.